way I feel when you're not near. And it's obvious to see, with you absent there's no me. I don't know much else I can say except I need you around. I got no other games to play. Girl, I'm hoping you can stay. I really need some of your love. 'Cause you're the only one I wanna kiss and hug. And girl, no matter where you are, I wanna be. It don't matter where ain't no distance that's too far enough for me. No, 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 no. You're the only one I need. You're all I need. Oh, ain't no other girl for me. No, tailor-made just right for me. Yeah, she's the only one I need. So come and let me love you. Baby, let me love you. There ain't no one I'm trusting but you. Nah, nah. I wanna be that answer that you need. So come and give me a chance, you'll see. There can't nobody else but you. Get me in the mood to do every little thing that's so kinky. 'Cause when I'm with you, girl, I can be that energy you need to light your fire. I can be your everything you need when I'm around. No, no, no. You're the only one I need, girl. Oh, ain't no other girl for me. No, tailor-made just right for me. Yeah, she's the only one I need.
All right. Welcome everybody to the 411 Sports World Show. Today we got a special show here. PT with Grit is in the building. Keith Morgan, and he's got a lot to say and a lot of great topics that we need to discuss when it comes to just the day in the life of a fitness trainer. And so we're gonna dig deep into there and get all the info there, get all the 411 from PT with Grit. That song that you just heard right there, that is one of the hit songs there. Um, this gentleman is man, he is very special, super talented, and it's Jay Edwards with his hit song Tailor Made. And we definitely appreciate Jay Edwards for providing 411 Sports World with that track. And as we promised, we'll make sure that it is played. So check him out on YouTube. That's Jay Edwards on YouTube. Tailor Made. All right, what's going on, Keith?
What's up, Ty? How you doing today, bro?
Man, living it up, man. Living it up. Glad to be here. Glad to see another day, bro.
I heard that. That's what's up.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Today, August the 6th, 2024. As I stated earlier, PT with Grits in the building. So make sure you check out Keith Morgan at www.ptwitgritt.com. You also can contact him. The number's going across the bottom there. All right, Keith, we're going to jump into it, man. But right just before we dive into some of those topics, let everybody know who you are, man.
Uh, you said it. Keith Morgan, PT with Grit, fitness trainer here in the Middle Georgia area. Been doing it now, about the life, all of my life, but certified and what have you for the last 3 years. So, like I said, I'm a fitness trainer in the area. That's really it.
All right. Okay, well, damn, man. I mean, definitely, man. Definitely welcome you in. And hey, this isn't the first time you've been on 411 Sports World, man. And you're a big supporter of 411 Sports World. We definitely appreciate that. A big shout out because we are on the simulcast for Surge TV. So we definitely appreciate Surge TV with the simulcast. So we're up in the Northeast as well for all the sports fans up there. So Keith, your message is going to be spread out, and that's a very good thing there, my man.
Yes, yes, it is.
All right. Hey, let's go ahead and dive into the stuff, man. So as a fitness trainer, man, what are some of the some of the I guess some of the challenges that you have there, man?
Well, it ties a lot. I mean, I'm just gonna, you can free to ask whatever you want to ask. You want to start it off that way, but
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
uh, I mean, it's broad, and again, a lot of times it's not just what we as personal trainers. It goes into what we are as business owners.
Yeah.
Some challenges are the same, believe it or not, when it comes to people saying, "Oh, well, hey, your price is too high," or "Hey, well, can you do this on my time?" or "Hey, well, can you tell me how to do this?" So it's a wide range. Ty, I just,
Yeah.
hey man, just throw something at me and we just go in it from there, because it's
Okay.
I'll
Well,
be
I tell
all.
you what.
Go ahead.
I tell you what, tell me this, man, as a person who, you know, that you're small business owner, you know what I'm saying, entrepreneur, you're doing this, you're building your brand on your own. What are some of the challenges you're facing as far as building your own brand? With all the other, there's multiple fitness trainers out here. So, what are some of the challenges for you to build your brand uh within all of that?
Well, I think my biggest challenge is really one of my biggest challenges is just me. I have to overcome the things I don't like to do, which we're doing one of them. However, like one of my biggest challenges, I'm just all about fitness, man. So if you can't get
Yeah,
it from me, I want to see you get it from somebody else. When it comes to challenges, I don't really see any challenges from the
yeah,
aspect
just getting your
with my clients or what have you.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Um, when it comes to getting my clients, I'm not a person that does a lot of advertising. I do stuff here and there because I'm all about my clients. If I had to say biggest challenges, oh my God, possibly just pricing,
Okay.
uh, timing, you know, location. Some days I have to be in Warner Robins. Then I have like a small window when I have to be in Macon. So timing can sometimes be a challenge. But I mean, I truly love what I do. So
And
it's
I'm glad you brought that up, Keith, that with you, you're the face of PT with Grit. And not only that, but you're the one that's actually doing the training too. So when you have all of the people that you have to work with, right? A lot of your clientele. I'm sure certain that from what I've even witnessed, that you have clientele not only in the city that you're currently in now, but in neighboring cities, neighboring counties. So to me, that seems like a major challenge right there. Like there's only one Keith Morgan. So the balancing of that, and then there's probably some obstacles in there with maybe cancellations or things like that, or maybe an adjustment of schedule with someone else. So, trying to fit that puzzle together, man. I mean, is that one of your toughest challenges?
well, scheduling is, my people are pretty good about it, and they know I'm like easy to work with. I
Okay.
sometimes break. Hey, listen, I can't make it. I have this responsibility that just popped up. We're all human. Things happen.
Right.
Sometimes it can be a little bit of a challenge when I have to come from one Robins from my 6 to 7 o'clock, and being making at least by 7:15 to get to the next gentleman. But I'm easygoing. I'm not gonna sit
Yeah.
here and say, and I guess I should, but I'm not gonna kill anybody if they 10 minutes late. I treat it like a job. If I'm 10 minutes late, we have that little bit of window, and I understand like things happen. But yeah, just the timing. Some things are out of our control when it comes to
Right.
might be an accident. Maybe an accident or whatever between the two cities, but um, doing that, it's just for me, it's a phone call. I think just I have pretty good communication with all of my clients, and we just keep each other informed. So it's not as bad as one would think it would be. As far as juggling two cities like that. And again, that's not it. I also have clients online, so it's just sitting down, managing everything out. I mean, again, like I said, we're pretty good with the back and forth communication. So that wouldn't be like really too much of an issue for me.
You can still hear me. Oh, it was slightly technical difficulties there, but what about like client motivation? Keeping your clients motivated because fitness is a journey. It's a long road, and you don't get the instant results right away. And some of those results may be happening behind the scenes within your body that that the everyday people don't really realize, but you as a trainer understand that. So, what about client motivation? How do you handle that?
Seriously, Ty, with that, that's it. It's just me being me. My
Yeah.
clients are so silly. I'm super silly. Their job is to get to the front door. My job is to take it from there. You follow me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
they come in. I get beat up by all of my clients. I don't, except for I think Omar. Omar is probably the only guy that just, he just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. But, Miss Lisa, she gonna give me the business. She's gonna do what I asked her to do, but I'm gonna hear about it. Crystal was the same way. She give me the business, but I'm gonna hear about it. But again, the motivational thing, that's why people need trainers. We'll just use Miss Lisa for example. She is very knowledgeable, very, 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 very knowledgeable. She just needs that extra push. Sometimes myself, you look at these bodybuilders, you see them training. Well, the bodybuilders that you see are so big, they have personal trainers. Not that they don't know what to do, but everyone needs that extra push. But my thing is, my people know, Trillia, get to the door, let's get it. I get the mean looks, what have you. Hey, listen, we still gonna do what we need to do in here. And Trillia is like, Trillia is a person that really she posts a lot. So I think her little stuff will speak for itself. But most definitely, man, once they get to the door, it's on me at that point. So, and that's the easy part because again, I'm just being me. So it's just calm second nature.
Okay, excellent, excellent. We're look, we're in 2024, and times have changed over the years,
Mhm.
and technology is a major piece of that as well. So, what about the any kind of technical technology type of challenges or anything dealing with that? The digital world, uh, is has all that is has any of that kind of helped you in a way, or in a positive way? Has any of that helped as well? Just some of these technical
What?
things now, because and I'm gonna give you a quick example if you don't mind.
Mhm.
Like they come out with all these things where you can stand on this you used to stand on the thing and see how much you weigh, right? And now they
Mhm.
come out with these things where you can stand on them, and if you put an app to it, now I can tell you everything else, your BMI and and all this kind of stuff. So uh how has technology played a part in your programs?
Well, for me, I mean, I'm really old school. I do a lot of research just on my own. When it comes to the tech stuff, I'm not that techy. I don't really get into the app and this and I just don't. To me, when you do it and you have the certain training thing set up, take the wall or unit or what have you. Well, to me, that's a one size fit all program. That's not what I do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? My stuff is blueprinted for that person's body. I deal with whatever the issues may be, whether it's this person has shoulder, this person has a knee injury, the mobility issues. That's why I am who I am. I just prefer personal training. I only do one person at a time, and it's for that reason. I can't put together. When you say tech, that's the first thing that I think of when you see the big companies, won't name any, that have all these workout programs. Okay, well, you paid a small fee for it. Now if you get hurt, that's on you. Nobody's there to say, hey, listen, you're doing that wrong. You know what I mean? So when it comes to the tech part, I think the tech takes the personal out of it for me.
Yeah.
So to do my research, I look at my people, I see what works. They'll tell you, any of my clients, you ever interview them, they'll tell you, he walks around and he walks around and he walks around to make sure the body part that I want to see is actually moving the way I want it to move. So when it comes to the tech, outside of maybe weighing your food, that's the most technical I'm gonna get. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
Because again, I'm very hands on. I'm very hands
Yeah.
on. And you can sit there and if you're doing, just say that one size fit all program and everybody's doing the same program and nobody's there to tell you when you say, hey, well, I feel a twitch in my knee. Should I keep going? Should I stop? What should I do? When you just doing
Very. Yeah.
technology, hey, the person just giving you instructions on the video. They're not there with you. So again, it doesn't really play a big factor in my world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the field that you're in, like personal training, keyword personal,
Right.
and I like what you keep saying about the one size fit all. You know, that way, let's push that to the side. Let's get down to business like what you do, Keith, and that's you're diving into that individual person. Each person is different, right? We built with different chromosomes and all this stuff. So there's no person that's alike. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's got something different in them, and that's why you there to pull that out, man. So I love that part of your training.
And one other part though with that, Ty, sorry for interruption, but it's not even just the parts, the things that you name are actually absolutely correct, but it's also the attitudes. Everybody doesn't have
Okay.
the same attitude. So it goes back to the motivational. Hey, I'm silly. I like to have fun. I know what I can say to this client. I know what I can say to that client. I know how I can joke with this client to make this client smile to get them to do what I want them to do. I know what I have to
Right.
do. And so again, that's what the tech just doesn't. It won't work. Not for me. Not like that.
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right. Well, look, Keith, we're gonna have a short break. It's not gonna be that long, believe me. And then we're gonna come back on the other end, and we're gonna cover up a couple more questions. So here's just a quick little commercial break, right quick.
All right.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Back with more Keith Morgan, PT with Grit. Make sure you hit him up. You see the number going across the bottom there. You see it. You see the website down there across the bottom. You make sure you take a look at that crawl and check out Keith Morgan, PT with Grit. Okay, Keith, what if someone says, "Hey, I want a fitness trainer that has the certain qualifications, certain certifications, someone who's educated about the field, because some people may not know from one fitness trainer to another, are they really qualified to do this?
Right.
So what do you think about that piece of it?
Well, always do your research. There should be a license number, certification, something out there saying, "Hey, this person has been certified to actually do this." Interview who you're interested in training with. I would recommend that you really look at what you want, what type of training you want. Is this a weight loss? Is this a I want to build muscle? Is this a track and field workout? If this a we train for the Labor Day 5K, you really need to do the research to say, hey, listen, let me go ahead and ask multiple questions and find the perfect fit. When I have people come to me brand new, I often say, okay, let's just do our assessment. Let's just see if we are a good fit for each other. You might not like my style of training. You might feel, hey, he's too silly. I'm trying to be here and be serious, and he clowning and having fun, and man, this stuff hurts. It hurts. So how
Right,
can
right.
but again, I would say do the research, compare trainers. There's a lot of great trainers in the Middle Georgia area. There's a lot of great trainers. I'm forever shouting out people. I have from the first podcast,
Yes, sir.
the whole thing for me is to see everybody be healthy. That's the biggest goal. I want to see whether it's with me or with someone else. I want to see everybody be happy in what we're doing. So again, it's a lot of talent in the Middle Georgia area.
Yeah, you're actually saving lives, man. It's like, and that rolls into the other thing, and you already answered it, but competition from other personal trainers that are out here in not only just in the area, but in the state, and not only the state, but the country, and not only the country, but in the world. And you answered that like by saying, hey, you know, if I'm your cup of tea, come see me. If I'm not, we'll try to get you to somebody that kind of fits what you're looking for, and that's okay. And so that's a great approach to it because, like you said, ultimately what you want is health across this world. And believe it or not, man, you guys are out here saving lives, man. I can tell you myself, man. There was a point in time in my life where I'm walking around and feeling good, but inside I wasn't. And, it wasn't until I took a certain type of test and found out that, hey, you know what, there's some things that I got to fix. And I didn't even realize it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so, that's scary, man. So I think we all need to sit back and at least reach out to a personal trainer out here. In particular, PT with Grit. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you definitely reach out to Keith Morgan and just do a checkup on yourself.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
All right. All right. Let's see. let's see what else we can throw out here, Keith. Some of the things that you know we talked about the evolving industry, things like that. But what about you? I mean, because not only are you a personal trainer, you have other businesses that you're successful in, and that's running concurrent right now, along with Pete with your fitness programming. How do you balance your responsibilities, man? And not only that, you're a great father on top of that as well. You know what I'm saying? So how does Keith Morgan, Mr. PT with Grit, balance all those responsibilities?
Well, I mean, when it comes to the girls, man, I am so blessed. I'm not just saying it because they're my daughters, man, bro. I'm blessed. I'm
Yes,
saying
sir.
I can't speak and say I have any, man. I've been blessed. I hear what some parents have to deal with, man. Me and Keisha, we put our work in with our daughters, and right now, I guess of course, we just enjoying the fruits of our labor, man. Baby girl just graduated. She had a job before she walked across the stage. My oldest
Man.
have two grandkids. Married. She married for what, 3 years now. Um, man, I'm blessed when it comes to the girls. I don't get any other phone calls, but Daddy, I love you, and I'm glad to get them
Yes,
phone calls. You know what I mean?
sir.
Not
Yes,
Daddy,
sir.
and I get this, can I get that? Um, Besides that, man, my bag. Ty, we're gonna go back to the question. When you talk about my girls, like it kind of take me somewhere.
Hey, man.
But yeah,
Hey,
yeah, that part of my life is, man, it's nothing for me to balance.
yeah.
Getting back to the business though, I'm on a schedule, Ty. Usually my day starts about 6 a.m. So I'll have a 6 to 7. Sometimes I have a 7 to 8, then I have 8 to 9. I may have a 9 to 10, but after that, then I switch into the other role and I'll go do that until like 4, maybe 5. Then I jump back into the personal training arena from like 6 to 9. And that's just how it is. Monday through Friday. I try to take certain mornings that I
Yeah.
have so I can focus more so on one than the other. I mean, like my phone's ringing now, but it's been like the other business. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
I'm blessed, man. I mean, I don't. It's just me, so I don't have a lot to keep up with. Like I said, the girls are grown. Grandkids over there in Alabama. Ken is doing her thing in Atlanta. So it doesn't get them as far as the parenting. We don't have any issues like that.
Yeah,
You,
man.
they're doing their thing, what they're supposed to be doing, and I'm doing mine. So yeah, I don't have any issues in during the day or
Yeah.
any. There's no balance to that. I balance more of just the two business than I have to worry about my kids. You
That's
know.
right. Okay. So you got it all, you got it organized, you got it set. And a couple things you even left out, Keith. I mean, you also are, you're heading towards being a professional bowler now. So, you found up you're taking over a new sport. Once upon a time, I know you was a Star Trek athlete, and now you're taking up bowling as well, man. So you're sliding that into your schedule too. As people may not know, me and Keith are on the same bowling team, and we're having an excellent season right now. And so
Mm.
just want to make sure I splice that in a little bit. But to let you all know that this man right here is a multi-sport phenomenon, man. He's taking up bowling and taking it to the next level. You need to come check him out on Thursdays. So hit us up, hit up PT with Grid and find out where you can find him in a bowling center near you. All right.
Ty, tell them, Ty. You know my saying, right? Losing ain't what we do,
It,
baby.
losing ain't what we do. All right. Matter of fact, when we come back on the other side, I want you to talk about that.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
All right. Hey, V.
All
Ty,
right.
Ty, you amaze me, Doc, with all the, I didn't know you had. I just did. Man, that's something else, Ty.
Hey man, I just thank the producers, man, for helping me out for One Sports World Network. And yeah, Keith Morgan, as you can see on that screen, diet plan. We're gonna talk about that too, Keith. Make sure we talk about that before we get out of here. But let's go ahead and talk about what you just said. You're saying, and I think you have them printed on a couple things too. So what's the story behind the saying, and maybe some of the things that people can maybe get tangibly.
Well, Okay, so I will be coming out with a closing line. Just getting through the copyright stuff right now, copyright things. Um, it's just my natural model. I always say whether it's personal training, whether it's life happening, what have you. Losing is not what we do. I don't want to say everything as far as the full slogan. You've seen it, Ty. You've seen the merchandise
Yeah.
already. But
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
it's not what we do. It's a motivational thing, and I tell people, you have to take my own advice sometimes. When life happens, you have to pick yourself up and keep going. So you have to keep that mindset and saying, "Hey, losing ain't what we do." Times get hard, things happen. It's life. However, losing ain't what we do. I need y'all out there to practice that. Say it to yourself. Losing ain't what we do, and I want you to say it just like that. Ain't
Right.
losing ain't what we do. Okay. So it's just that, man. It came about. I said it to my clients. I said it to my girls. I said it to people that I know that just might be need to pick me up, whatever, whatever. Nah, we can't lose. This is not right. Losing ain't what we do. We're not here to lose. And it just took off, man. I started hearing my colleagues repeating what I said, and like, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Losing ain't what we do. And again, I'm always that person to try to, if I can, motivate somebody else. I
Yes, sir.
push people to say, hey, you say that's what you want to do. Okay, let's do it. The only way we're gonna lose if you don't try, and losing is again not what we do. I always try to give people little pick me ups, and that's just for me. That's those are my own words. When I went to go look at it, I couldn't find those words anywhere that anybody came up thought like me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not out.
Yeah.
That it's 100%. My saying or whatever. But it's just something I really believe in. You know.
Yeah, it's a great saying, man. It's a way to never give up. We can take it back to the days of the old Rocky movies. How Rocky never gave up. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Losing was not what he did. No matter what the obstacle was, whether it was Mr. T, whether it was Clubber Lang, whether it was the Russian Drago, or whether it was Apollo Creed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did not give up, and that's the mentality that you want to have.
That's right.
Take what you have, work with it, don't give up, and you'll come out on the other side of looking smelling like roses, man. So losing ain't what we do. And get ready for that when it comes out. Those shirts. I got a sneak peek of them. Man, look, they're awesome. They're looking good, and okay, I can't wait to put one on myself. So
I
I make sure to put my order in for one
I got
or
time.
two or three. It depend on, I may have to put on a hoodie, a t-shirt. I wanna mix and match it. You know what I'm saying? Wear a different function. So, losing ain't what we do, man.
No doubt, no doubt. I love that how you put that with the Rocket. You're right. No matter how many times they knocked him down, he always got back up. He always got back up.
Exactly.
That's
All
what's up.
right.
That's what's up, Ty.
Okay. Yes, sir. Let's talk about diet, but we're gonna do that in just a second. Give us about 20 seconds.
Okay.
Two, three. So what's I?
I forgot about that part of the video. Tiger go get him. That part of the video, man. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. That's some live action footage right there. Keep motivating, and again, losing ain't what we do.
That's right.
Motivating, man, and that's what you want to see. Like what I
That's
saw
right.
in that video was somebody putting in the effort, and I heard somebody motivating that person.
Hmm.
And as long as that person moving forward, they're gonna get to where they gotta go. And man, that epitomizes PT with grit right there.
Yeah.
All
That's what it
right,
is. So as long as they just come to the door, the rest of it is on a personal trainer. You got to motivate them. The hardest part is getting there. Once they get there, it's on you. It's your show. And
that's
you got
right. Oh,
to know your audience, man. You know your audience, and that's just it.
yeah, absolutely. All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take just a second here. We're gonna do a little plug here. Make sure you check Mr. 401 out on TikTok. It is the page that's really starting to take shape, take form, but we still need your help. So follow us on TikTok. There it is right there, Mr. 411. It spells out just like it sounds, Mr. 411 on TikTok. Make sure you do that. And for those technical savvy people, here's the QR code. So make sure that you uh, get your phones out, whatever you use to get that QR code, smash that right there. It'll take you straight there. But if not, go to TikTok and then type that in, Mr. 411. Help us out. Same thing on Instagram. There's a QR code, and then type in the same thing on Instagram, Mr. 411. We definitely appreciate that. And also, we are currently on YouTube, so make sure that you type in 411 Sports World Network. That's on YouTube, so make sure you type that 411 Sports World Network, and you'll find us on YouTube. You can watch this episode and many others. You can watch it live now, and you can watch it again over and over again, like I do. So, I'm doing a lot of film study, and I do that with basketball as well. So, officiating, I have to watch a lot of film. I'm doing the same thing here in this round. Have to see what's going on, man. See how things are flowing and try to improve. And that's what we all trying to do: improve every day. Because losing ain't what we do.
That's right, baby. That's
All
right.
right. Keith, talk about the diet, man. Talk about how important it is on the diet and what way can you help clientele, current and future clientele on that avenue.
But when it comes to dieting, with I have my Apple course. We look at each person's challenge. Oftentimes, a lot of people say, "Well, hey, I want to lose 60 pounds," and I'm like, "Why would you want to do that?" Oh, that's Miss Lisa, my baby Nala. But yeah, so when it comes to nutrition and dieting, people focus so much on pounds when you really should be focusing on. I feel that you really should be focusing on inches, losing inches in the right places. Because if you lose 60 pounds, you're smaller you, but you still have the same shape. So when it comes to the dieting portion of it, dieting is very important. When I say very important, it just sleep and dieting is man, it's more important than like really working out, because you can do so much more with the full night of sleep, full, night of rest, what have you. When we break it down with the dieting, I don't really like the word dieting so much. It's a lifestyle,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So it's a matter of you eating healthier, cleaner foods, staying away from the sugars. It's some simple things that we can do to just take away from what we eat every day that will make us see a significant change in our body. If you can just get away from sugar itself, 30 days, it's hard. Trust me, believe it's hard. If you can just get away from sugar for 30 days, you'll see a difference. Um, in conjunction with that, man, just
Wow.
in your calories, macros, what have you, you can
Mhm.
go extreme if you want to that extreme, but really, if you just really watch what you eat, the time of day you eat, you can really see yourself, your body change. Like I said, the fitness app I have, it will, you're going to take out the meals or what any allergies you may have. If you're allergic to something, you'll remove that from, the foods that it picks for you. But it'll tell you how to cook the foods, the prep time, how long it's going to cook it, how long it's going to take you to cook it. It's a full video showing you how to cook the food or what have you. But again, it's just clean eating, man. If we can just stop and I feel that if I get too strong and too hard on people about just eating this, eating that, it takes the fun out of what they're doing and it'll make them run off from what they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's nothing wrong with doing a little something on the weekends. Just don't overdo it. Maybe you want to do a fast. Maybe you want to do intermittent fasting. You might want to go 16 hours off. I mean, 16 hours. Yeah, 8 hours on, 16 hours off. You know, the 16 hours you're off, you don't want to do any sugar, just water. Or if you have to have something with flavor, let's do a Gatorade Zero, Sprite Zero, what have you. And with the food, it's so even when it comes to sugars, Ty, there are so many different names for sugars that, and I'm going to put it out in the post, that
Yes, sir.
the community just don't know of. It'll say artificial, or man-made. Well, if it's man-made, when they say that the food is man-made, well, it's made by man to kind of taste organic. It's man-made. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Mm,
taste the same way. That doesn't mean it's healthy for you. You
right.
follow me? Instead of it saying sugar, it may use another adjective, another name, another form, and it's a list of them, Doc. So I'll be putting that out. I'm gonna say sometime next week in the community or whatever. But when it comes to the diet, like I said, it's just I don't like to scare people off because if you have been working hard and they have to eat all of these bland foods, you know what I'm saying? Then that's gonna take the fun away from it. Unless you're trying to be a bodybuilder, go for this big contest you're trying to do or whatever, then enjoy life. Eat, just be mindful what you eat. Stay away from the sugars. If water, great. Sprite, zero, I can do. The Gatorade, zero. Fine, cool. You'll see a difference in your body. Now,
Wow.
again, it depends on your goal. I say let's lose inches in the right places and not be so much concerned with the weight, how much you weigh and the weight loss. But if we can take, like, majority of my clients are female or ladies, women. Um, their arm issues. You have the what they call, I don't call it fancy arms or what have you, and you have like the areas behind the bra or what have you, the back fat or whatever. But you really just, it depends on a person. One person may be top heavy, the other person may be bottom heavy. So when you're doing the dieting and you're working them out, it's all, like I said, it's personal. I have to like seriously blueprint who I'm dealing with in order to provide that best service. I mean, some people are just blessed. They can eat anything. They can eat anything and not gain whatever. You know what I mean? It
Right.
doesn't mean that they're healthy on the inside, because again, a person can look very healthy on the outside, but the inside not be what you think. Sometimes, depending on what a person may be battling with, they may not have what some of us or some of the people say, whatever shape, but they may be really healthy on the inside. You follow me? So it depends on the person. I can't preach that enough, man. It depends on the person, what they're dealing with, and you have to blueprint it for that. Like I said, dieting is very important. Sleep is very important. Working out is really, if I had to put on a scale, I'll say working out is probably, when you look at sleep and food, just healthy eating, clean eating, working out might be maybe 40% of it, because
Uh-huh.
I think the other two are that much more important. So I'm like, working out is, is, you need it. We have to do it, but it's not as important as eating the right things, getting a proper rest. Those things are really, really important, though. Really
Right.
important.
Right. And I think that with you, that's the track that you put people on. Again, like you said, you keep emphasizing it. You're not just a copy and paste type of program. You're specifying, you're specific based on that individual. And so, I think that full circle there that you're talking about, the eating, the resting, the working out, for you, what I'm seeing from you and what how the some of like a lot of your clientele, I think that implementing all those things in the way that you're tailoring it to the individual,
Hmm.
that's what makes your program such a great program, Keith. Very proud of you, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, the crowd's going wild, man. So yeah, we definitely appreciate it, Keith. All right. Any closing remarks there, Keith? Anything you want to close us out with?
Um, just, ask everybody, look, find somebody to exercise with. Like, really, whether it's me or any of the other guys in the neighborhood. I mean, in the local area, do something. Don't just not be active or wait for something to happen in order for you to start exercising. Get ahead of the game. Let's not wait for you to go to the doctors and get that doctor visit and, oh, I'm, pre-diabetic, or I have blood pressure issues, or, some things we can't control, genetic, whatever, but still, get ahead of the game. We here, we blessed, I see people, and I'm just like, I ask other people, like, how can you have an excuse? I take my hat off the tie. I see people working out, man. I've seen guys come in, and whatever their disability may be, they still come in there and get it. That's my motivation to keep me going. When you
Yes,
see
sir.
people come in there and they have their disability, but they're still in the gym, they still doing what they need to do. Hey, if they can do it, we can all do it. Just find a program that works for you. If this person is not in your price range, check somebody else. But the ultimate goal is just, be active, be active. Let's all, like, seriously, don't sit around and wait for things to happen for it to say, oh, well, now I think I'm gonna go to the gym, and then, you could have got ahead of what we dealing with. You got me? Let's not work backwards, people. Let's not work backwards.
All right, there it is. Couldn't say it any better, Keith. And man, what a way to close out this episode. I definitely want you to come back because I know there's more there for you to share with us. And as far as everybody who's on their journey of improving health, and we definitely thank you, and thank all the uh, personal trainers that are out here. And I know
That's right.
that you network with with several other ones. So, hopefully we'll be able to talk with them as well from time to time. But give special thanks to you. Make sure, people, you go to ptwitgritt.com, Keith Morgan, 478-845-9179. And make sure you follow him on TikTok. Make sure you follow Keith Morgan PT with Grit on Instagram. Make sure you follow him on Facebook because he has a Facebook page as well. So make sure you follow him on all the social medias and just stay in touch with Keith Morgan and get ready for the merch that's coming out as well.
That's what's up, Ty.
All right. Well, we thank you, Keith, and we're gonna catch you on the other side, man. Definitely appreciate you being on.
All right, Ty. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right. Everybody take care. Have a good one. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Make sure you share because sharing is caring. We'll see you later. Have a great one.